Boom! What is going on, everybody? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we got the lights on today. We're not sitting in the dark like some creep or something. Trying new stuff. Oh, got some chat going already. What's up, Matthias? What's up, John? How you guys doing? It's not too intriguing though. It sounds strange. I dream of it.
Amongst the
Oop,
wild
I'm over here.
lands of history.
There we go. Yeah, I don't like the way. I don't know if it's a gain issue or something. I'll have to work on it. I'll try to take my glasses off, and it's just not working. Oh, man. Okay. We'll put that over there. Didn't pause anything. Great. Here we go. I sure want to stop recording. I didn't know I was. Hold on a second. I clicked buttons. Remember I said it was over there? That's the bad screen. Oh. Do something. Thank you. I can't get over here until... Yes, I want to stop that, but that should... Okay, there you go. So we just had dinner. Okay, there we go. We're good now. All right. What did it say? Hi there, Jack. Hey, John. Oh, okay. Thank you for becoming a channel member, too, by the way. That is greatly appreciated, and thank you so much. I hope I live up to the expectations. And we'll start trying to work in once or twice a month to do some streams that are more conducive to your time. It's actually kind of nice. What is that movie poster behind me? That movie poster is Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings. It's an animated version of Lord of the Rings. Came out about the same time as Rankin and Bass's Hobbit came out, prior to, obviously, the Peter Jackson type films. It was a lot of rotoscoping animation, which is where they actually like film the scene and then they draw over the people. So it has a very almost kind of offsetting realistic look to it. But yeah, I actually got a hold of the vinyl special edition soundtrack from that movie, and that poster was inside of it. So it got the treatment, and then of course we've got the swords beside it. And being down here, downstairs, it used to be upstairs, but being downstairs, I got better flooring and not quite as scared. So I got my jukebox in here. That's what's sitting down there. The cats love it. But I was able to move that into this room since it's so big. But yep, that is the poster behind me. Yeah, you can't see it. That's why I left the light on. So, awesome. Oh, so let's get to the title. We have made a slight change to how we are playing the game and how we're running. That would be my advice to you guys. If you want to change things up, pick one thing. I usually have Halleck's pick, so I can poison people. I've got Shell Burster, which is like the burning shotgun. Then I have the Dune Watcher spit dart, so it's, you know, my sniper rifle. And then I carry the Regis triple shot. And I want to start changing up because there's so many different weapons and so many different options that I'm just not doing. Every so often I look at myself and I'll say, you know what, dude, you're in a pretty much of a rut. And if you look at like Reddit posts, and maybe even you guys experience this yourself, it's kind of you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. This is a way that you could kind of change things up, and it's not a new game, but it's different, and it gets your attention. So I've been doing the rapier thing since before they made the change to them. And when they changed the rapiers, hey Shy, hi. When they changed the rapiers, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And I was going to switch back to either knives or a sword. And I thought, you know what? No, dude, let's stick with it. You could figure this out. You can do it. And I ended up semi-learning it. I could still get better, which is good because, you know, there's always room for improvement. But I'm glad I did stick with it. But we have decided to make one slight change. We have put our pick away, and we are using just a branding blade. I had one that was level 4, So I was like, you know what, that matches very closely to the Halleck's pick that I use. I do have grade 5 stuff, but I use that more whenever I'm doing dungeons, not for the little guys here. But yes, so we have switched to a branding blade. This, of course, sets people on fire, which is always fun. You know, you watch other content creators, not gamers, but regular people, and they kind of edit words, like they say unalive and you know, and all that stuff. But I love how I can sit here because I'm talking about a video game and be like, I want to use this sword because I can set people on fire. Do not like the RNGness of crafting augments. I don't either. So I am right there with you. It's just a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, that's why you see I don't really mess around with them. It's a shame because you can really, well, here, let's do this. In this box is where we put the Halleck's pick that we use all the time. And we'll come up here to the very rarely used room. This is where I sleep. I never sleep. This is the bad day chest where I keep certain fancy stuff. And you will see this right here. So this is a grade 5 Halleck's pick that I haven't used. I waited till I got to 200 crafting, so it's going to be as durable as possible. What's up, Odd? How are you doing, man? And I've been collecting anytime I got a grade 5 augment that I like, there's 3 if you just Google it and let Google tell you, it'll tell you the ones to use. I still need the blade, the heavy blade optimizer, I believe it is. But the thing to look at is, look at my damage down here. It's damage type is blade. It's 694 on this thing compared to 351 from my grade 4 with nothing on it. Well, I have one. I think I have an edge optimizer on this one that I've decided to go ahead and put on there. That is a substantial increase. And if I put one more on this, I could probably get it up to like almost 1,000, 1,200 damage, something like that. The way this works is the augments give you a bonus to your base. And the way it calculates it, they kind of work together. Having 2 augments, they're feeding off each other to get even more than what they do individually when you add them together. 694 damage, yeah. You know, we take this out like the Moscrete and all them people, they're not gonna stand up against it. They could barely handle this one. But when you get into the overland dungeons where there's some pretty big bad boys, especially like those end bosses, this kind of gun helps. I haven't I got another level 4 in case it breaks. And I still want to get a shellburster shotgun. I'm going to put, actually, we'll just drop this pick in here. There's space for it. I want to get a shellburster at that level as well. I currently carry a grade 5 Dune Watcher. And I have a pattern for another one, and I've just kind of been saving. I wanted to save it until I got to that 200 crafting, which I got there, and then I'm like, you know what, dude, this thing's still super. Can you not change the grade of an item, but you can apply augments to it? Yes, you cannot change the grade. Once you get a pattern and it comes up with a grade, whatever it is, it's going to be. Let's go over here, I think. Boop, boop. Okay, so here, this is an ancient way. I don't know where I got this. You can get these out in the deep desert. Sometimes you could buy them. It is a grade 1. No matter what I do, it's always going to be a grade 1. And then we have one here. This is a grade 4. That one's a grade 4. They'll always be that. This is a grade 2. Another grade 2. So if you want to see the difference, let's see, for grade 2, boop, damage is 1152. Keep in mind this is a rocket, so 1152 on a grade 2. A grade 4, 1728, and this is base level, no augments. You can put any level augment on a weapon. I don't believe, I've never tried it, but I don't think you can put like a level 5 augment on a level 1 graded piece of gear. But I could put a level 1 augment on a graded 5, you know what I mean? So you can go back. You're finding it confusing? Yeah. It's I thought about doing a video on it, but honestly, I don't know if I have a good enough grasp on it myself. We'll go look at some. We're kind of heading that way in a second anyway. And I don't know if I'm right or if I'm just dumb. I'm fine with either way. The augment thing is kind of strange to me. Like, you get the augment pattern, and you know you have to go to a different place. Like, this augment station is where you make it, or this is where you put it on a weapon, and you have to come over here in order to do something. And I think you have to go, oh, I know what it is. So if I want to make a weapons augment, I got to come here, and this will be all the weapon augments that you can put on. If you want armor, you've got to go to a clothing fabricator. So you have to go to the area specific for it. So like, if this, I could go ahead and make this right here, and it tells you everything you need. So you need water, plastanium, you need some Regis components, blah, 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 all this stuff. This is the new thing. The schematic pattern grade 1. It looks just like that. So if you go out and do testing stations, overland stuff, sometimes you'll just do regular Landsraad missions, and you can sometimes find these guys. They're for making the augment. Then once you've made the augment, here for weapons, you have to do it at clothing. Sorry. Then you got to come up here with the item. Like here, I have my branding blade, so I have it on me. I have no augments available, but you have to have it on you, and you have to make the augment and have it, and then you can apply it here. When you do that, it automatically removes some durability that's permanent. So if you have, let's say, 100 durability, put an augment on, it's going to take it down to 98. So that's why that Halleck's pick, even though it's grade 5 and brand new, it's 196, I think, because I put 2 on. Anytime I played a game where you could change or augment weapons, first off, there's always going to be a meta. I fight with metas. When somebody tells me, oh, you need these 3 things, these are the 3 best weapons you have to use, I'll be like, I don't have to do crap. I'll do whatever I want. And to be honest, you know, you could somewhat get away with that. But look at it this way. Meta weapons are meta for a reason. When you have a huge group of people who are using things and they're saying this one's the best, it's probably the best. Now, the issue you need to pay attention to, though, is meta weapons are good, but only if you do a certain thing. Like, a PvP meta weapon may not be good for killing slavers in Masquerade, and it may not even matter, you know? Like, if you have a weapon that's incredible at cutting down shields, not that many enemies have shields. Some of them do, yeah, but less than half. Probably a third of the enemies that you run into on a daily basis have shields, so why would you want to run around with a gun? But every player you run into is going to have shields. So your own play style needs to come into it. If somebody says this is the best sniper, but you're terrible at sniping, don't worry about it, you know? Or start using snipers specifically until you can get yourself good at it. And if you're not good at it and you get to a point and you say, you know what, I'm not having fun, stop what you're doing, go back to what you know. As long as you're having fun, keep going. But yeah, I need to learn more about augments myself, to be honest. But so tonight we are going to be burning people with branding blades. I can't leave because there's a storm out. Looks like I got a little hurt earlier, so we will put this on. But it is kind of interesting because, you know, I used to be able to just do this and hold it, and that would be my lunging stab to break people when they're in a defensive posture. And now I just stand there and do that. So, haha. And we've got the heavy swing, and then got the cool swings there. But it's going to be a learning experience, but I'm kind of excited about it, to the point, and I'm committing, to the point where we're leaving our rapier behind. So if I get into the mix of it and I'm like, oh, I hate this, I don't have an option. Yep, once you put an augment on, you can't remove it. And that is probably the largest factor in augments that has kept me from doing it. Because I don't want to put the wrong thing on or mess something up, especially at a point where gear is incredibly expensive when you get that higher level stuff. I would hate to have a level 5 or a grade 5 item and then be like, oh, I'm going to put this augment on, and then I put it on and be like, it doesn't seem like it's really doing what I thought it was, and people be like, oh yeah, that one's terrible, you shouldn't have used that. It's too late, it's on there. So it's one of those things that I back burner and be like, I'll figure it out later, and then later. So, but it does make a huge difference, and it's one of the reasons why you see people who are completing level 40 dungeons where you're not or I'm not. Hey, friend. So we are going to make our run through here like we always do. Shy, you still there? I think you're still there. It's weird because there's a delay for me. Not by much, but enough delay that if people are saying bad things, I can stop them and make things happen. She's not checking in yet, but in case you are, Shy, I'll wait. Oh yeah, you are there. Good. So, I mean, I'm not the best technical advanced person. As you can see, I constantly mute my own mic for some reason. Crazy things. The fact that this all runs the way it does is a testament to what the internet can provide you as far as information if you look for it. This little thing right here. I actually made that in DaVinci Resolve. I don't think I could do it now, but I made that myself, just following guides and all that stuff. But anyway, so I am on multiple Discords, but I don't talk much. Don't respond too much. I do use it mainly just to kind of keep informed, but you know, surprisingly, we're not all that chatty. But I am on the Discord for this world server, and Miss Shiala put up a post where she indicated that in this week's Landsraad, at least on our server, in House Talagari, 10,500 reward is the Mark 6 Leader John. And if we look through here, that's one I'm missing. And she pointed out on the Discord, letting everybody know that, hey, if you're trying to collect these things, I haven't seen this one in a while. So I wanted to say thank you very much for that. I said it in the Discord, but we're going to say it here. Thank you very much for calling that attention. Because of that, and because I had missions stocked up, I was able to get enough. So that's one more thing off the list. So thank you, miss. I greatly appreciate that. Unfortunately, though, that may not be the case on your server. So, but on ours, it was up there. I hadn't thought, like, I do check those things, the house rewards, just to kind of get an idea of if there's something I need, but it never occurred to me to look for that. So thank you so much for the heads up. Oh, another little side note here. If you notice, like at the end of the stream, if I remember to say it, or if I'm just tired and sad, or just too excited or whatever. I usually say, to thank you for watching the stream, etc. I say like, subscribe, and share. Notice I never tell people to click that notification button. If you want to, go ahead, but I'm never going to ask you to do it specifically for something that happened today. Occasionally there'll be some really cool highlights that'll happen during a stream, something silly, something funny, and I will generate a short on YouTube because that goes out to so many people. And the chances that someone who doesn't know my channel exists might see that short and be like, oh, this guy's doing Dune, I played Dune. And then that could turn into somebody who views and somebody who subscribes. The problem with the notifications, though, is every time I make a short, it pops up and tells you guys, hey, Jackrabbit made a new movie, and I didn't. That's annoying. There are some other channels, non-game related, that I watch, and I turn notifications off specifically for that reason, because they'll pop up things like that. Now, if you do a short that's completely original, yeah, absolutely, you'd want the notifications to go out, but you kind of see, I don't do that. I don't do short videos. That's like the up to 60 seconds. Like, I don't do those like, hey guys, just in case you're wondering, this is how you get that. No, we'll do something a little warmer, but it just annoys me when I watch a stream and then I'll see clips from that stream. They'll put like 30 of them up. I usually try to do no more than 5. I mean, you guys watch my streams all the time. You can see how I could probably do 1,000 swatches from all the great and exciting and hilarious moments that occur. But do you have all the house swatches? That's been my thing lately. It has also been my thing. I have all of them except for 3 of the sabotage. Because, I hear my dog out there raising hell. You almost can't not get the swatches when you max out something, just because you're pouring so many points into houses and by spreading it out. So I've got everything for crafting and everything for combat. On the road to 83, which I've got some things to get. Looks like I need to buy stuff. On the road to 83, I was able to get every one of them for the exploration. And there might be one in gathering I'm missing, but I don't think there is. I think I spread that out, but I was so low here that, yeah, no, I did not have those. So what I've been doing is I have actually been working on one. I got the hiccups so bad. I'm sorry. One every week. I do not have Mutelli, I don't think. I do have House Spinette. I may have to go get it. I think I haven't picked it up. No, I picked it up right now. Wydris, we're going to get today, to make sure we get that today. Rashish, we got last week. And Vernius, we have not even started on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this one off and get to that 14, which won't be so bad. I actually knocked this out all in one day yesterday after I saw Shai's post, so we focused heavily on that, which is funny because that was like 10 missions and I didn't even notice doing them. I just boom, 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 ran through them. So man, having something to get really helps it out. But yeah, we're gonna have to do this tonight, which we only need to do, what, 5 missions, and that'll clear that out. And then Vernius will be the last one we need, and Mutelli are the only 2. So those are the only ones that those are the only 2 that I'm missing so far. I try to get swatches even if it's specialization. I heard nothing for. That's true. And you know, some of the stuff like Diamond Dime parts might be nice. Extravagant message I don't need. Bluted calibers I don't need those. Circuit gauntlets I don't need. So yeah, just going after the swatches. Yes, these are for placeable swatches. Odd. This is for like machinery and boxes and water tanks and stuff like that, not for the vehicles. They're the same kind of color schemes, you know, but they go on boxes and machinery and fabricators and stuff like that. It's why my chemical area is like dark green and my spice is pink and stuff. So, but yeah, it's for the placeables. Ooh, man. So that one we did get the leader John. And I don't need Talagari. I already got it, so. But we got to finish that off tonight. Who's that? For you. Hi. SM King. Hello. So, as I had stated, we put some stuff up on the market. Let's see if we made some money. Bet we did. And this way you get to see the prices too. He's following me. Okay, so when you put stuff up, you obviously you go in there and you sell it and you put it up in the market. When you're done, you got to go to your orders. And you have completed and then you have active. So these guys have not sold yet. Executor's helmet, batik, macaroni, and a pulse sword. Okay. Surprised because I'm not even asking anything, but this is pretty easy to get. What I ended up doing was I brought a lot of the patterns that I don't need and didn't want to cycle in. And I just threw them up there for my baseline is usually like 50,000. This one, because it's an Iron Age type thing here, we dropped that down. But these guys, you get out in like deep desert and some of the fancier places, they're duraluminum and plastanium stuff, so we got a little more pricey on that. But yeah, so they're still up. If they don't sell, I'll probably just grab them, and then in Arakeen or in Harko Village, you can hit F and learn the schematic, and it'll go to your inventory. Or you can drop it on the ground or try to resell it. I usually put stuff up for 3 days. If it doesn't sell, there we go. So we still got a day and 3 hours. We'll let them cook. I'm currently at 384 million. I was up into like the 400 something, but we got some spendy spends. So we dropped down. That's why we came here and put some stuff up for sale. And let's see how we did. Under completed. Somebody bought our chest plate. As you can see, like I said, 50K. So for these blueprints, they were 50K each. Here I sold a stack of plastanium ingots for 50K as well. Let's look at something here and let's see how much plastanium is going for. There's somebody selling it. 64 and 100. Here's spice going for 180,000 each. That looks like it was the same person put all of those up there. There's somebody selling for 99. Wow, half price. Craziness. So I sold my spice at 65K. Which is nice this year on Widrus. Yeah. This is 50,000 for these gloves, so I just get 50,000. But this is 50,000 for all 500 of these. So that's how this number gets so high. People ask me all the time, like, "Oh, are you duping? How are you getting your money?" I don't like to overcharge. But the spice you sell cheap, others will just resell. I've thought about that, and I also have struggled with that. I can't stop them from doing that, and by not selling anything, I'm kind of hurting myself to make sure that I don't support that type of situation. My only hope is that somebody who needs spice would see it before somebody who doesn't and wants to resell it would buy it. Unless, of course, that person just has enough money to buy my spice and turn around and sell it for a bunch more and make some extra money. You know, like a young entrepreneur, not one of the people with millions and billions and stuff. But yeah, it is possible that it's just being bought at 65 and then spun right around on the market for like 100K or something. So, but I can't control it, you know. The way of the fighter I put in at 25. Now I did have some things that were a little higher. There was none on the market. I did a video about the market, and I said that what they should do is, if there's a lot of something, the price, like the base price, should go down. And if there's not a lot of something, then it should be a little more expensive. So this I actually put in a little bit higher. And the forged chest piece, let's see if somebody has a forged chest piece, because I undercut the crap out of that. Come on. Gloves. Chest piece. they're selling for like 3 million, 200,000, 1.5 million. And these are ungraded. This is a grade 1. Can I see? Yeah. Can't see the stats on it from here. I'm sorry. Not from a pattern that I don't own. But yeah, these guys were selling for like 300,000. This is a little ridiculous. 1.5 million was about what it was. And I ended up turning around selling mine for 200K. So it's a nice idea to help others. Yeah, I mean, I can only do what I can do. I thought about maybe just direct selling to people in the server, but honestly, dude, I barely have enough time to get through everything I'm trying to do in life to sit down and actually broker stuff. That would be my hope, is that everything I sell goes to somebody who really needs it and is just starting out, which is one of the reasons why I don't get crazy with it. But anyway, so we're going to say this is 380 million, and then we're just going to start to collect our monies here, but we're not going to grab the melange or... Okay, we're going to grab the melange apparently because I'm not paying attention. We're already up to 417 million. This is going to 417. We'll pick it up. Goes up to 442. So that's like 30 something. So we should be at about maybe 480, 467, a little higher. This should make us go up even more. So we should be able to break 5. What do you think? That's fine. It's fine. While we're here, we will take a look for a couple of things. I usually like to go in here just in the off chance that the vehicle parts that I need might be in here. I need Mark 5s. It's like Speed Racer. So I just go through here until I see a Mark 5. If I do, great. If I don't, which I didn't, oh well. Not the cutter. I don't remember what I need because it's on a different page. But I need the Knight Rider, which I don't even see anything on here. Yeah, there's a big gap. There's a Knight Rider version of some of these schematics. I need those Mark 5s, and I also need the booster for the tread wheel at a Mark 5 level, and this thing, the Swift tread wheel engine at Mark 5. They're coming from a testing station that I don't particularly want to do. So unfortunately, oh, holy cow, dude, you see that? He came like breaking legs. Look at all the people. So many people. Hello, you. It's Judge. I don't know. It was funny yesterday. I was getting footage for videos, and somebody was new to the game, and they were kind of asking for a little bit of help. They were trying to get their Thopter. They wanted to get their first scout, and they were asking questions about like where they can get pumps and the carbide scraps and stuff like that. And I've said many times, I don't like to just drop stuff into people's lap. Because it takes the fun out of the game. Part of it is definitely going to be the adventure of getting there. And if you just drop it for somebody, that kind of just does some damage. The issue, though, let's say you came up to me and you were like, hey, I noticed on your stream that you've got this schematic. I've been trying for 2 weeks to get this thing. I'm at my wit's end. I'm about ready to just quit the entire game. Dude, we'll trade. But I'm not just going to be like sitting here and you're going to be like, hey, does anybody have a Mark 6 Ornithopter they could give me? Oh, yeah, I do. And I drop it to them. No, you got to work for it. Work for it. It'll feel better. It'll be cool. Now, if you lost yours, like a worm ate it and you needed help, I might help you out in that aspect. But anyway, I digress. So what I did was found out what seats the guy was on, and I went and I ran Sentinel City with him. And, you know, there were times where I was doing killing, he was doing killing. We kind of, you know, worked together. I would step back and be like, you know, let's see what he can do. And we cleared out all of Sentinel City, and then we went over and did the easy parts that you can do from the ground for carbide scraps and stuff. But yeah, we went through all that, and he said, I think I have enough. I'm pretty sure I do. I don't remember the numbers. And then I just dropped the pumps, carbide scraps, and diamond dust that we got, that I had, that had gotten through the whole thing. I just dropped it off for him because I don't need it. He could make much better use of it, which is, you know, that, which technically is given to somebody, but no, we did it together, you know. So I need to bring up a map here real quick. Back when I used to farm spice, we used to base in Hero. Never been caught in a storm. I'm not sure I can with the carrier. Yeah. I don't know if you can do that from the carrier. Possibly worth testing. Oh, that's not what I wanted to touch. Did not want to hit that. That's creepy. Which one are you? Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work real nice. Okay, where are you at? Each two. So, in the last stream that we ended, we flew in here and we went to the caves and all the way over to Mannequin Manor, which is my favorite place out here. It's my favorite testing station because it's, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's very controllable, and you get to kind of pick the speed at which you're going. The other testing stations are like lock-in versions where you got waves of enemies, and they aren't always the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a solo player like me, or tend to be a solo player like me. What I normally like to do is I will come out here when I'm getting ready to head to a testing station, especially one that's one of the more difficult or pain in the butt ones, and I'll just announce it. I'll just be like, yo, I'm getting ready to do this, and if somebody wants to come along, they can. We don't have to party up, we don't have to become friends. I might send out requests, I might not, just depends on how things go. But you can put a message up there and say, hey, I'm going to do the testing stages. Anybody else want to come along? The most I've ever had, I think, was 6. 6 people, no communication, no nothing. We just went in there and just whooped ass. So it was cool. Hey, there's somebody over there. The first testing station I went through was with my original. I've been in 3 guilds. The first one I was in just disbanded because people went and played other games and there wasn't too much of us left. And then the second one was the one I was with the longest. And when I came to Odin, they didn't. They went to another server, so I stayed here. And now the guild I'm in is just kind of a placeholder guild. It's just me, in order to get access to Landsraad stuff. Depends on which one you do, IP. Thank you for the playthrough on that. You got it, John. It's like I don't want to say it's easy, but it is easy. It's not easy. It's not like, you know, you just go prancing through. But boy, that probably looked great on camera. you still got to play it smart, but it's manageable. Because in that first room, there's only going to be 3 people. Maybe there's a melee guy, maybe it's 3 shooters, but it's only 3 people, and you can use cover, you can hide, you don't really have to get stressed out. You don't even have to really use skills. You can just gunfire and stabby stabs your way through it. And then that second room is 3 to 4 bad guys, maybe a chain gunner. But, you know, plenty of places to hide, great cover, and you could do it all by yourself. Oh, you got the compact compactor? Heck yeah, that'll change your life. Especially once you start adding it into like the bigger compact areas through the skill specializations. Best got lost in the asking how you cope. Tips for a carrier in D&D and getting around storm. You've caught out. How bad is the damage? Out. Sorry. If you get caught out in a storm in the carrier, it is a horrible experience. The storms out in the deep desert are much larger. They're level 3 storms, and they will bring you down out of the sky. What you would want to do is, like, let's say I'm here. Well, first off, the weather lady usually gives you plenty of warning, and I ignore the hell out of her in Haga Base and be like, oh, whatever, lady. Don't ignore her when you're out in the deep desert. If she says there's a storm in 4 minutes, there you go. One thing you can do is, it depends on, like, if you're on the edge of a map, you're not going to get a lot of warning. She's going to be like a storm in the area if you're on the edge, because they come in from, wherever. But if I'm in a carrier, what I would do, let's say right now there was a storm warning and it was 2 minutes or whatever. I know I can't make it back to the shield wall in time, and the storms are much larger, so they're very hard to fly around. This one right here looks like a winner. And it looks like potentially the only option. So if it was super critical, like, holy crap, it's almost on top of me, we're going to drop whatever we're carrying, whether it's a cargo container or the crawler or the buggy or whatever, it will drop it. We would plop ourselves in here. And usually if you can find a corner to tuck in like this, you should get sheltered. Save yourself. Equipment can always be replaced. Worst case scenario, you'll have to go out there and repair it. But sitting out in a storm versus flying through a storm are 2 totally different worlds. So just take the hit if you have to. But yeah, I've been caught in storms in my carrier, and it is bad. When I was in a scout, it brought me out of brought me down. I do have skill bonuses now for like storm damage being less, but I haven't really tested it yet. And also it depends on whether or not you get hit dead center with that thing, or if you just get kind of skipped over and you can shoot out. But yeah, if I was in a carrier in the deep desert and I could not make it back and make it away, and I've had moments like that where she'll be like, there's a storm in the sector in 4 minutes, and I'm like, okay, where's it coming from? And it doesn't show up in the compass, and I'm not seeing it anywhere, and then she'll be like, there's a storm in 3 minutes, and I'm like, okay, why can't I see this thing? Yeah, just take shelter and hide. There's usually, you'll be able to get to an island like this, something that's gonna give you some kind of shielding. And like I said, at that point, just it's just welding wire and maybe some replacement parts. But you are far more important, so make sure you save yourself. If you get caught, how bad is the damage? Yeah, it can be. There's a couple streams back I was arrogant and I got cocky and ventured into a storm and got clipped by it with my carrier, and it hurt. It did some bad things. We learned a lesson that day. So, where is this thing? Actually, I think it's going to be more this direction. Is that it? Oh, it might be. Yeah, I think that... Only one way to find out. What we are looking for is another testing station. Yep, there's one there because it just stuttered me. Yep, there it is on the map. It's on the other side. This one, I think, is called the museum. I think. Okay. So what we got to do is we got to do a couple things. Look at that. First off, we don't need to be constructing anything out here, so we're going to put this on, but I'm pretty sure somebody's got his sand bike here. Yeah. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop our sand bike, because if I have to lose something or something takes damage, I'd rather it be the sand bike that I very rarely use. And we're going to take this. It's out of range. So we're going to let our sand bike sit there. And we're also going to make use of a respawn beacon. Normally, I would not deploy a respawn beacon. I would use my vehicle as a respawn if I had to. But I don't know how long I'm going to be in here, so I want to make sure that I have a place to respawn so I don't have to start all over from a ridiculous place and plus lose everything I have, or not everything, but lose all the stuff in my backpack. And I'm also going to do another thing that I don't normally do. You'll notice that I don't normally have healing on my hotbar. I usually do. I used to. And then I realized that I didn't use it as much, and I used to have it here. And I'd rather have that Regis triple shot sitting there. So that's why we did that. But being here, we're going to go ahead and put some kind of healing on. And we are wearing our armor. This is a little scary. Let's go ahead and bring you over just in case. We'll move that up, but I don't actually need that much. So, drop you, drop you. Okay, so we're just kind of thinning ourselves out here. And now, we got a respawn beacon. I didn't want to leave my bike out there, but like I said, if I have to, it is what it is. And we are now going down into this testing station. So this is one that's a little further out, and that's quicksand, by the way. So if you fall in it, you're like, oh no, oh no. And you can come up here. So yes, they have quicksand in the midst of testing stations out here. And we got a purple door. That is the end. That looks scary. And that is the end as well. So this is kind of brave doing this without my rapier. What I'm going to have to do is rely more on actually parrying. Normally I would just stab them as they come forward. Now I actually have to parry for real. This might end badly, guys. I maybe should have brought a Halleck's pick. It's too late now. I mean, it's not. I could go turn around and do what I'm doing. This is one of these testing stations where, like, with Mannequin Manor, you can just go in, and if you're like, this ain't working, you can just leave. Not the case here. Once I cross that door, it locks behind me. And then there's going to be multiple waves of enemies who will progressively get larger in number and stronger. And I will have to deal with them. Quite honestly, not much improvement in the gear versus Mannequin Manor. There will be a slight improvement. There will be more stuff. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. But we're going to take a look at the amount of time that you spend doing something like Mannequin Manor versus this one. What is this one called? This one is called the Museum. Okay. Looking at Method GG, the Museum testing station is one of the testing stations you'll encounter deep in the deep desert. Deep in the deep desert. It's one of the most interesting testing stations, in our opinion, featuring quicksand and a quirky archaeologist aesthetic. I guess, yeah. Warning, this testing station is designed for small groups, but can be done solo. However, you will be locked into a room where you will encounter many waves of enemies. We recommend at least MK5 items, ideally some strong uniques. Length, 30 minutes. Challenge, lock in waves. Solo difficulty, hard. Okay. How many waves? I don't know how many waves. Normally it would say. Somewhere, it's usually like 5. Oh, look, there's a bad guy. He's staring at me. Okay, so, I'm sorry. What's my plan? My plan is pretty much the same as I always have. Mobility, movement. Try to keep my stamina up. Dashing. And I want to divide and conquer. Chain gunners do a ton of damage to your shield, but they're very slow. And it takes them a while to wind up. So I usually save them for last. The guys that throw grenades or shoot at you, like just regular shooters, they're unshielded. I usually leave them alone as well, because they like to kind of crouch and hide, and like, you know, they have animations. By the time they get to doing what they're doing, I'm already gone. I focus mostly on the melee people, because they just continue to run you down and close that distance incredibly quick. And just as you're trying to dispatch one person, some melee guy will come up behind you and hit you and breaks the whole thing, and it just causes all sorts of problems. I can't let myself get cornered, and I want to make use of the room as much as possible. But let's see, how long does this take me? 54 minutes? Yeah, we'll see. Well, it's 54 minutes into the stream. Ideally, to have other people when you do this, but we're just doing this as a comparison. And plus, somebody said I do some lightweight content because I don't ever actually challenge myself. So now, as you see, I came in, door's done. Since there's not a whole lot of bad guys, I said I normally don't deal with those guys, but we do. Even with the flames, that took a lot. Alright, let's go over here. How you like this fire? Okay, so there's the first wave, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over here and I'm going to hide. This is what you want to do. At this point, get some water in you. If you're hurt, get some healing. Let your stamina come back, because there's only one dingleberry out there and you don't have to worry about him. He's not going to do anything to you too drastic. This is where you'll also pull out your guns. Make sure that if anything... It was a good throw, I will admit. Make sure all of your guns are loaded and get yourself ready. Who came out here? Look at that. For the next round, right? So here we are. Now he's dead. So now there's going to be a Klaxian horn thing, and bad guys will come out of places like this. Eventually. There it is. Sometimes you could be sneaky and get a jump on him. That was a melee person, but he didn't get time to get his shield up, so haha on you. There's a big gunner. Here's a melee person. It's been a long time since I've had to parry, but apparently... Oh, look! So there they are. There's two of them, and now there's a melee person up here. So what we're going to do is I need to split those guys up, because it's just not going to be fun. Holy cow, there's 4 of them? Okay, well that sucks. Alright, so we're going to change this up a little bit, and we are going to... Okay, you gotta go, dude. Stick and move. Oh, man. This should work. Thank you. I'll come over here and see if we can do the same thing. We could have, but we screwed it up too much. Come over here. Oh. They're going to split up. They're going to split their attacks. Block 2 of them. Ladies, please. Okay, so now, as you can see, as I'm trying to get rid of these guys, I am running low on stamina. So we got to be able to walk to rebuild stamina. And I'm just going to keep moving. Keep doing the shit. There we go. And the last one. Hi! Where'd you come from? You might have made a mistake, everybody. Okay, I'm going to switch tactics here for a second. We're going to actually bring up the shotgun. Shoot at me, dude. There we go. And now we'll move, and I'm going to see if I can get that other gunner out of the picture as well. Reload, Sparky. Nope. I don't believe the shell burster is going to be... Uh-oh. It's going to be enough to break that. Break their shields. So we're going to have to... Oh my goodness. There you go.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh, that's the Coriolis warning, so that's fine. Okay. So we did quite a bit of little fighting there. For Wave 2. Really excited about that. Like I said, let's pull out our guns. Make sure everything's loaded. I didn't use anything else. And now we're gonna... Alright, let's get to a doorway, so when the klaxon goes off, hopefully we can get a quick kill. Yep. Usually we we will put a call out and do testing stations as a group, but we're trying to do it solo here. Did not want that to happen. I thought he would have died. Good Lord, you hear that? Die. Let's do this. Damn it. So I know I've got enough shield to where I can tank that to an extent. Alright, we're a little hurt right now, so we're going to come over here, take some shelter. They're going to throw grenades at me, but we're going to wait. I'm okay right now. Oh, look, more bad guys. That's not good. Can't have them behind me. Bring it. Bring it. Oh, you idiot. Why do they keep doing that? Really? I don't want to fight on stairs. That's how you get yourself cornered. Just stood there and took it. Right to the face. Let's kill you. Oh, I was out of ammo. Dude, you just totally let me kill your friend. I think it's just that person. Nope. Oh, maybe. I don't know. So at this point, we're going to... I really don't need it, but we're going to go ahead and heal, because I am a little bit hurt. And if I get myself into a bad situation, I want to have options, you know? All right, let's go kill this guy. Keep shooting. Yeah. Ah, big heavy. Oh. Ah, I'm on fire. Alright, so we're prepared for the next round. I don't know why it takes the amount of time it does.
Shields up.
Oh, that sucked. Alright, so now I can't run because I'm very low on stamina. So we're just going to kind of walk a little bit. Let's get around this corner. We'll deal with... Oh my gosh. Ooh. That's... Oh my gosh, why is everybody here? Let's come on to this side then. Got them both. And I'll get you too. Alright. That's going to make life a little bit easier. Also, don't forget that you have skills. Sometimes I can help you get in there. I like that weirding step. I honestly was very late to the weirding step game. You gonna burn out? I don't think you are. But I was very late to that weirding step. But it's cool. Let's do this. I think that's it. For that wave. I think that's what, 3? That's what you could have 15 to 18 enemies, yeah. Hello? Bad guys? What's going on? What you looking at? Access granted. There we are, folks. Boy, wasn't that loads of fun. You can do them by yourself. I'm pretty good at what I do. I wouldn't call myself great in it by any way, shape, or form. But I've done this enough times to where I'm kind of used to what to expect. The first time I went in here, not in here, but the first time I went into a testing station that had this lock-in with the waves, oh, it was hilarious. I went in with a still suit because I didn't know what I was doing. I was barely even remotely able to handle it, and it was 5 waves. I got to like the 4th one, and I'd used up 20 health packs, 20 of the toilet paper rolls. I was like, dude, I got nothing left, man. These guys are just murdering me. And because I wasn't good at constantly moving, that stick and move and the keeping, the fight from letting them gang up on me. Like, you noticed at one point where I looked and I was just like, there's so many enemies, I can't even really count them. There was like 6 or 7. I mean, it's not like it was crazy, but there were so many that I couldn't count them. So I'm like, you know what? This means I got to get the heck out of Dodge. I got to get out of here. So I left. That's why we rerouted ourselves, got away and set up. So that's going to be the key thing. That's the most important thing, is split them up and take them on, make it 8 individual one-on-one fights, maybe 1-on-2 fights, instead of an 8 versus 1. But it is fun. It's kind of fun. Depends on whether or not you think that kind of thing is fun. So it was 54. So that was 10 plus 4. We'll say 15 minutes. Took about 15 minutes to get through this. How long does it take to get through Mannequin Manor? And here is the constellation chest. Somebody's already cleared it, but let's see what we got. I got a Halleck's pick, an ungraded Halleck's pick, where I have a level 4 I use, a grade 4 I use, a grade 4 I can make, and a grade 5 that I haven't brought out because I don't need it. And that's for the big parties. So, although this is cool, this is useless to me. 10 plastanium. I've gotten that out of one of the caves, like one of the caves that I showed you. That's nothing special. That's the same amount that you'll normally see in anything. Oh boy, cobalt paste. I'm not going to shirk away from these kind of items, but was playing for 15 minutes of killing all those bad guys and potentially getting hurt and killed, was this worth it? No. The only thing that makes it worth it are schematic patterns. Some of them you can only get in certain testing stations, and going out into the further edge has a higher percentage of dropping some pretty fancy stuff. Let me close this for right now. I can't, but I can take stuff. I don't need. What are we doing here? I'm taking it all because, damn it, I earned it. Under schematics, this one right here. This is a. You see how I have the accelerator power pack? This is an adaptive Holtzman shield, which is like the best shield. It regenerates faster and can do more. This comes out of testing stations that are further out in the sand. It's the only place you can get them. And it doesn't have a high percentage drop. PvP ones, it's got better drop rates. I'm actually only missing 2 items from here. And this one I get tomorrow from House Telagari. So if this would have been in that chest, it would have been super awesome. I'd have actually shown some crazy excitement. But But yeah, a lot of the stuff here I've gotten from these testing stations. You got to go out a little further. But if you don't have any friends, you know, it could be quite a fight. Also, make sure you grab this stuff. Good old intel. We're going to get 40 intel points. I wondered with intel, like, oh, am I going to have enough to learn everything? Yeah, we're going to be fine. I did all the water stuff. I did almost all the fighting stuff. I did everything plastanium. And then I was kind of like, well, you know, I've got a plastanium Regis missile launcher. Why do I need an adept? Which I don't. But I skipped some weapons on the way through. Construction, I've learned everything. Exploration, yeah. Just spiced beer and coffee. It's the only things I don't have. Vehicle-wise, we did kind of the same thing. Like I skipped the Mark II bike completely. And we went straight for Mark III and then, you know, etc. Like I've learned everything in plastanium section. We just got a few things to fill in here. And the reason I did that was because I didn't know how many research intel points I was going to get. And if there was only a set amount and you weren't able to learn everything, I wanted to make sure that the important stuff, at least for me, is what I got. So that's why you'll see that in the plastanium sections I did everything. Now, these points are going to just buy this stuff that's back here. And we'll get everything locked out, and then we don't need intel points anymore. So we'll look at them and laugh heartily. But until now, for now, we're grabbing them. I'm not going to take those guys, but I will take these two. I'll take those two. I don't need that stuff. Mark V cutter ray is nice. Mark V power pack. Look at that. Some spice sand. I don't think I need that stuff, but we're going to take it anyway. We fought for it. So there you go. These are the supposedly better testing stations. I don't know. It's a lot of work. It is fun. But I can see this becoming not fun. I can see this becoming a pain in the butt. And I'll be like, dude, I don't want to do this junk anymore. I don't even know if that's the way to get out. Why did that happen? Why did it shake like... Oh, I wonder if a spice balloon just happened. Dinosaurs? No. Is it a whale? I know it's a desert planet, but it wasn't always. Okay, we gotta stop sightseeing. You know what? It is called a museum. This is quicksand. As soon as I landed on it, I was like, nah, the quicksand. That was the first test for me for this with the branding blade, so I'm actually pretty proud of the fact that I remembered how to properly parry. If you are having trouble parrying melee people, I gotta pick up my respawn beacon. And let's see if the bike is still here. It is! Look, the bike's still there. So we're going to take the bandages off. We will drop the Thopter right there. Come on. Pick up the bike. Drop that. We're out of here. I'm not saying that it's totally nobody around, but usually Monday night it's pretty quiet around here as far as spicing goes. Most of the people will have taking their bases down by now. Wrong button, man. So here's like a little small field. Got backpack room. So I use the compact compactor, and I've got the skills that make bigger areas. This is ridiculous. So much of the field. 160 spice or 132, 1 gram. I'm not even wearing. I'm still in fighting gear, man. I could be wearing soft step boots and all that other stuff. No subtlety today. Come out of a testing station feeling all sorts of cocky. Hey, little mouse. How are you doing? Come over to say hi. I don't kill your kind anymore. Okay, goodbye. Love the deep desert, man. All right. And now we're just gonna straight south it, and away we go. But we will look for crash ships. If we could see some. There's a difference between crash ships and shipwrecks. Shipwrecks are the ones that are permanent. Crash ships are the ones that just fly out of the sky on occasion. So, just be bloody pleased with yourself on that one. Hey! German used to drop in the DD, but it's missing from the loot tables now. Yeah, it's quite possible a mistake, and I don't know if there's a lot of completionists out there that are willing to let them know, Shy, so I don't know. But thank you, John. I do have my moments. For the most part, this game is a way for me to relax. I just kind of sit back, relax, have some fun. Ah, yay! Oh, whoa, that moved. So I tend not to, I like doing things that stress me out. Like, I'll do some high-level, testing stations, but it gets annoying. Actually did some on stream once. Stupid electric guy. And, oh, got a little angry. Compactor's not going to do any good with this. What you got in here? I'll take it. You know, Baron's blood there. It's nice that they've got multiple patterns. Not like I need anything. I don't need those, but there's some pumps. It's cool. And we'll leave the rest. Yeah. So you got so much time. You think to yourself that you don't. You're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so scary. And even if we hang out here, and the worm that's going to eat this ship comes around, I've got plenty of time. I say that in kind of an arrogant way, but honestly, if you'll watch, I'm never far from my ship. Don't get far away from your ship. If this starts rumbling, and oh my god, this Shiala's going to eat it. I'm right here. I don't have to do anything. I'm right there. If I'm on the other side of this thing or on like the top part, that's no, you know. And let's say I want to open up the other doors, right? I'm not going to just run over to them. I will fly, just so we are not too far from our ship. She's going to slide down the hill a little bit, but that'll be okay. Go away. Thank you. Oh, more industrial pumps, sure. Nothing else screaming too much. And if you're gonna do the top doors, land on it. What I like to do, oh my gosh, what I like to do is land on it in a manner that when I get out, oh, she's gonna slide right off. Get back up. You're making me look bad. This is a rough angle. What are we doing with our lives? There we go. More spice. That's cool. Am I starting to annoy you yet, Shy? Thanks for keeping the game alive. Hey, thank you for watching and commenting and being nice. I don't think Shy likes doing crash ships. Yeah, you got more time than you think. I think we've convinced ourselves that it's scary. So, we make it worse than it is in our heads. Do I have grade 5 gear? Yes, I have some. With the quicksand. Yeah, and worm aggro seems to be a lot less in the deep desert. They're bigger out here, but it's a lot less. Yeah, I have grade 5 gear, but I'd mentioned it earlier. I don't really wear it too often, just because you don't need it for the kind of stuff we're doing. I saved that for some of those overland testing stations, which I'm going to have to start doing. We're getting to the point where that's next on our list is a return to the testing stations. I don't like the fire one. Personal preference. The electricity one is whatever. The dark one's kind of cool. The radiation one is okay. The poison one is good. It's okay. I don't like the fire one. I have to spend too much time flying around up in the air. And I don't like the fact that they should be easier to do in a group, not harder. You want, like, why don't they want us to make friends and play with each other? They want us to be in guilds, but don't do anything. Just guilds are for spicing. That's it. Where the heck am I? C. Okay. Go get more spice if we wanted. We don't, though. How are we doing, by the way? We got plenty of space. 700 spice. I like the fact that we got a Baron's blood bag. Honestly, that's crazy. The crashed ship had better better schematics than the testing station did, in my opinion. Like I said, if I'd have gotten that adaptive thing, I'd be singing a whole different tune. But it doesn't happen often. It's a rare drop, and it's not good. Whereas I could same loadout, I could do Mannequin Manor in 2-3 minutes. and get basically the same rewards. Used to be a loot shipment that had 0 enemies in it. I haven't seen it in a few weeks. I did not do any of those of the crash ships. I'm sorry, the shipwrecks, not crash ships. Crash ships come out of the sky in front of your face. The wrecks have been there a while. Should be one around here somewhere, right? Yeah, that's a shipwreck over there. Crash ship, we'd see it. I was just at a crash ship. We almost lost a crawler in Harvey's today. Sorry, someone lost theirs earlier. So we did some more checking on the mic, and we did some upload or some firmware upgrades again. And I honestly removed the Shure microphone software and just letting OBS take control of it. I'm hoping that that would also potentially have created a conflict between the device, to where it had two different software pieces trying to fight for control. So we're going to let OBS, because my microphone's software from the manufacturer cannot stream. OBS can. So I'm going to let OBS win that fight. So far, so good. Because we haven't muted ourselves yet. It's been an hour and a half. So that is crazy. I got the adaptive shield from the very first DD line I ever did in PvE. Nice. You are lucky, miss. Is there already a patrol? What the heck? Uh-oh. People. We are still trying to get the Shadow Hood from crash ships out here. Oh, dude. We're still trying to get that. And that's from the crash ships in this area. And we're still trying to get the Sprinter Still Suit, which we need in the quicksand ones. I have gone to every crash ship that I see when I'm doing my normal daily stuff, or, you know, doing my thing, to no avail. I've siege hopped 3 different times. Admittedly, I have not gone to every single siege all 3 times. I did it once. I went to every siege, and then the other 2 times I just kind of went until I got bored with it. But we did do a majority of the server before we gave up. Still to no avail. Kind of worried about what's going to happen when we actually get it. I mean, if we want to, we'll just drop it in the sand. Let the legend live on. Nope. Well, spoke too soon. Normally don't see them over here. Oh, you're deep into quicksand too, ain't ya? Yeah, you are. Look at you. Ah, you know what? Maybe we're not. Let's see. What's the worst that could happen? Got control already. Come on. Give me the angle. I'll just take everything. Oh, I already got everything. Okay. Imagine that. Foiled again. That's the worm that was so annoying? What happens when he gets in the quicksand? I joke about having plenty of time and don't hover over these things because the worm does show up eventually and he comes up out of the ground and eats it. And if you're standing there or floating there or hovering there, you're going to get yourself killed. So I was making a video. I got a lot done yesterday. I was so proud of myself. Didn't get anything finished, but I was hanging around a bit, wasn't he? Yes, he was. It's time but yeah, I got a lot done. And I was doing like one of the, because everybody does these kind of things, but like my advice or like a top 10 type thing or something like that. I don't want to give too much away. And I thought of something today. I was like, oh, I should put that in there. Yeah, it was when I was at work today. And if I could remember what that was, that would be so awesome. No idea. Not even remotely a clue what I wanted to put in there. Alright, let's go here to the dump box, which is almost full. Looks like I've got too much junk in here. Got a lot of agave seeds. Oh, that's a fun story. So after I helped that individual, which by the way, I came online to get footage and then ended up helping somebody, another player, which honestly, that's a good thing. I don't have a problem with that. I think I'm about, yeah, we filled that up. Uh-oh. But anyway, I logged in just to go get footage, to be honest. And then the person was asking for help, so then I went to go help them. And then when I came back, I got an idea for changing up lighting. We're getting to the point where I'm a little edgy about the place. I feel like I could do more / better. So we started here. I'll go upstairs. We started doing some more decorating. It's good to freshen things up, get a slight change. Like that light, that's new. So put a new light in there, and I got rid of some of the lights down the bottom. One issue I was having was when I would fly into the hangar, and it still kind of does it. It would stutter real bad, and a lot of times projections or lighting or pentashields will cause that problem. That's why we got rid of the lights I had here, which showed where to land, and I got rid of the lights above the front wall flags. And we switched over to the Harkonnen blue light, which is a little cooler temperature-wise, you know. Still got those there, but yeah, we got rid of the corner lights and a lot. It makes the hangar itself somewhat darker, but it runs better. And then we're up here, because I've never done anything with this room. This literally was just utilitarian, and this was my upper hangar, and that's just, you know, that was where it was. So we started doing some stuff up here. We put some carpets down. You can see you got some new banners on the walls. Let's put a bunch of these water shipper lights up. And then when I was trying to finish it, I couldn't because it said I was out of agave seeds. And I was like, are you kidding me? So then I went and just ran all these things on agave seeds. And then after I'd done that and collected like 400 of them, I came back to put more stuff up. And I was like, dude, you're supposed to be getting footage. You'd be surprised at how often that happens to me. I'm like a frickin' puppy. Like, jingle, 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 jingle. I want that. But yeah, we changed some steps. And made new lights. Didn't do this side yet because we ran out of materials and we went and got it. And then I felt all bad. So we had to change. But yeah, we're going to spruce the place up a little bit. It's been a little more. Oh, we put couches down. Couch I can't sit on? Why can't I sit on this one? Because I have my sword out. Can't sit on couches with swords in your hands, Dingle. But yeah, we started doing that, so we'll make a little bit of changes. But anywho, we still got 20 minutes. What kind of damage could we do in 20 minutes? Oh, I know which one that is. These are all terrible. So this one makes you go into a testing station. These things are a little too long for me. Not when I'm doing Landsraad missions. I don't like it. It is worth 1,300, which is great, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. As you can see, we did do quite a few missions because we got ourselves down to 24. Because we got the 5 from today, and we still technically don't have to do any if we didn't want to, but I need to get enough to get that swatch. This at least is local. And because of this, this sends us into Sentinel City. We don't need anything out of that chest, which we're heading straight up to. But there are pumps there. I don't need pumps. And this one is flying around Smuggler's Run. They're all terrible. I'm going to actually dismiss this one to get something new. It could be worse. I guess. I don't know. There is some benefit here, though. Look, I've got... Who is that for? I don't need to do that mission. Looks like I got it loaded, though. I still have some exploration points to get, so doing Fremen finds along with watching the run, but I need to do how many? 97. If I'd have done that 1,300 one, man, that would have put us at 11, which is really close, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's just do this one, because this one's goofy. I don't remember who it was. It was Wydris? Yeah. Accept. And then I guess we'll watch the run. Cool. Let's go do that. Yeah, I guess. Keep doing missions for that person, that ghoul thing, and it's always there. I don't know. All the other ones won't let me talk to him anymore. Oh, good night, John. I don't know if you're already gone by that time, but awesome. Thank you for watching, dude. It's so late for a European viewer. Good on you, though, dude. That's another thing. I used to really monitor the temperature and, oh, don't overheat. The only time overheating matters is if you're running from a storm or you're running from another player. Other than that, who cares? If neither one of those two situations is possible, like it was there, psh. We're gonna go to Simpo because it's right here. Pcha. And I expect to do enough missions to get this done to where I can get that swatch for the placeables. That's it. I will carry over however many more. I think I'll have like 24 or 25 missions. It'll carry over till next week. I'm fine with it. It'll be okay. Hoping for vehicle rights. That'll be super sweet. So this one's pretty cut and dry. This would be a good little test of, oh, we're late. This would be a good little test of swordsmanship. Haha. Look, it's a dead person and they're mummified. I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna come up here. And I'm gonna read a note. Do like the little ghost people that you see every now and then. It's a nice touch. Not the illusion people, the actual like ghost people. Like not the dead guys like this poor bastard. Okay. Oh. Hello. I'm just skipping through this mission. Like, you know, I'm just trying to get points in the category. But I know they're trying to teach us like a little moral lesson type thing here. But what you have to understand is I wondered why it wasn't tracking. Should be surveying Simpo while I'm here since I can get. I just might as well clear that one off, you know. Now let's just finish it. We'll do them one at a time. Sorry. I totally forget what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to be doing some like little moral lesson here and all that. All this mission does is reinforce the fact that there are no good guys. Not in this universe. I mean, I guess technically the Fremen could be considered good guys, at least in the first book, the first story. I mean, once you board ships and start going to other planets and murdering everybody, it's kind of hard to maintain your integrity. I was kind of hoping that, because, you know, the whole object was to find the Fremen for the opening quest. And I was kind of hoping that, Fremen would be a faction. But, here's not. I think the water shippers were supposed to, but I don't know. I don't want to read too far into it, but Return to the Ornithopter. Yeah. Sorry, Atreides friends, but if the Fremen opens up as a faction, Rabbit is gone. This one's not a bad mission. I just don't need to do it, so... And I just canceled a previous mission. So... I can't get rid of it, so we'll just do it. It won't take too long. This is one of the issues with these missions. They're just, we have to do too many. We have to do too many for the number of missions there are. Again, yeah, I'm not doing some, but I don't want to do testing stations. Not for Landsraad rewards. You done yet? Thank you. Do. At least we don't have to go too far, you know? These guys cheat sometimes. They shoot through the, Oh, you are spry. But they shoot through the rocks sometimes at you. I've had them shoot through this whole thing. I'm like, dude, come on. Hurry up. Thank you. Oh, I thought we went too far, folks, but nope. I used to go way up in the air and drop down on top of this one, but now we, there's a lot of people here. Why are there three? There's only two. Oh, you're real. Oh, okay. I mean, you're real dead, so. Might as well. Finish. 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 There we go. You know, at first I didn't like the idea of flying through these maps. I saw a lot of people were playing this when it first came out, and they would just fly around like this, and I was just like, guys, what are you doing? You know, it's not what Dune's supposed to be about, and this isn't really the genre of game for that kind of thing. High flying type thing, but I mean, I know they have suspender belts, but they weren't used like this. Yeah, I shed those feelings real quick, because man, it's so much nicer to just fly across the map from one spot to the other. Get this crap done. 10-7. And we gotta watch the run. Could probably do Fremen finds at the same time, but yeah, it's 150. I'll make you watch it. I don't like field testing. That's the one with all the buggies. I don't like that anymore. You know, I'm tired of doing that one. I mean, it's not too bad when you're flying around. Imagine doing that thing grounded. Ugh. Roxon route is okay, but the wind pass, it does rubber band you. Makes you go around in loops. I don't like that. So let's go ahead and we'll just accept that. I don't even think I've done any houses. Well, you know what? Taligari, why not? I'll stick with them because I don't have enough time to make anything else go fast. I got some crappy long-term missions for the rest of this stuff. So hopefully this was enjoyable. Takeaways from tonight: go ahead and switch up your weapons, switch up your gear, but don't get crazy. Don't just say everything go away and take up brand new stuff. Do minor changes, little things. That way, if it's not working out, you can just fall back on what you're used to. I was kind of a little brave there, not carrying my Halleck's pick with me, just in case, I was not good at what I was doing. By that, yeah, I did get good sleep tonight, boy. By that I mean the parrying, because it's been a long time. Normally, if you watch me do this, I get on the bike and go, but this mission, which is the watching one, not the one for the watching. We are doing the one where we're watching the run. This is Fremen Finds that it's leading us to. Normally on Fremen Finds, I would stay on the ground, stay on my bike. But we're not going to do that because we're going to do the watching the run portions much faster. Man, we are not getting good launches tonight. We're going to get almost all of this done before we go to the Fremen Finds part and back on the ground. Not what I intended to do, but we'll take it. I'll take those two. Come on. Boop. So we fly from there, and now we're going to fly over this way. Oh, I think that's going to go poorly for us. Could have been worse. Not by much, but it could have been worse. I got combat up to 40 this week. It's made a huge difference. Yes, it will. Wait till you get it higher. But yeah, you know what? It's hard to determine which is better. Oh my gosh. There's a guy standing right there. I didn't even realize there was people up here. I don't know which is better, the mitigation or the just extra damage. I mean, both are good, but yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. What are we doing here? Fluid efficient pumps. I don't want efficiency. Is there a masquerade somewhere? Ooh. Did I kill that guy too soon? What's going on here? He's dead. Leave it to the masquerade to screw up missions. We're a little thirsty, so we'll do that. I don't quite know what to do at this point. I don't know if dude can come back. I guess I shouldn't shoot him from a distance. My bad. Alright, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll move on. we will go do some Fremen vines. Oh, we're going to jump right off the edge of the... And now we're going to overshoot it the exact opposite direction. What is going on? So the whole reason that happened is because I was looking at this and I was like, why do they have that archway if it's all wide open? Sorry. There's one stolen artifact, like I'm Indiana Jones. Logs in a museum. I actually like Indiana Jones. It's not a great representation of archaeology, but it's good television movies. So yikes. I don't know what I hit there. How you know it's getting late. So if you ever have a mission, oh my goodness. If you ever have a mission that just did what the one happened to me there, where I killed the guy and it's locked, you got two options. You could either vacate the area and like I'm doing now, just go do something else, and then we'll go back up there to see if he shows up. If he doesn't, a guaranteed way for this to work would be to go back to the ornithopter, fly away, come back and land. If you just come right back into it, it kind of resets everything, and it should keep the steps that you're on, but bad guys will respawn. I've had to do that a couple times. I was like mad dogging the and the spacebar is not working as well as I needed to tonight. Sorry. When I was doing the combat missions and such, there's one of them that you have to do on the Blushing Cavern where you go kill Cassius, and then you take his gun and you take it on Leon and mess with them. And I forgot to grab the guy's gun after I killed him, and then I went down to the other camp and killed all those guys. They tried to poison me, and but yeah, I went down and killed them, and I was like, dude, why is this not working? I was like, oh, I forgot his gun. So then I went up, got his gun. Fortunately, the next step after you pick up his gun is to kill everybody in the camp. They were already dead. I'm like, okay. So what I ended up having to do was I just went to the ornithopter and left the map, even with the mission still running. And then I ended up just immediately going right back into it. And that respawned the guys up at the camp, and I was able to just continue the mission like normal. So I think that's what we'll do here. Once we pick this up. Woo! We came off of there hot.
Reveal yourself.
Normally I just run in here, but you know what? We're short on time, and they didn't seem too angry with me. I guess I moved too quickly. We'll call it a win. You guys are terrible guardians. Oh, it's too late now. Goodbye. Got your stuff. Okay, so we are on the defeat the Masquerades at the center. Masquerade at the center spike. We're gonna leave. And that should straighten everything out for us. Smashies. I wonder, it says on there, if you ever do this, if you brought a vehicle, like I brought my bike and then I didn't scan it back up, Yeah, but it's faster to leave and come back yourself. Absolutely. But it tells you that if you leave, anything you left is going to not be there. Like, you'll lose it. And I wonder if I could leave my bike here, go out and come back in, and if it's there. I don't think it will be. I thought I got good sleep last night, but apparently I did not. It's like 8 o'clock and I'm freaking yawning. Might need something here. Okay, but as you can see there, boom, we are still at the defeat them in the center spike, or spire. So let's just get ourselves in the air. There's peoples. Not enough power. Come on. There we go. Huh?
Shields up.
What? Success. I don't know why it got so angry at me for killing that guy too quickly, I guess. I don't know. Where do you want to go? Oh, I remember. And then this should be the final little setup, right? Oh no, I gotta go break something after this. Forgot. We got that, and then we have to find out from this, and then there's something over here that we gotta go break. Yeah, I could not imagine ground pounding this thing. Holy crap. And that should be it, right? Turn to the ornithopter. Perfect. We are out of here. So I've still got a couple more missions to do, but that's not going to be something we're doing with the rig running. That is something we'll be doing on our own here. Just got to finish up enough. Let's get the actual count here. Claim Landsraad. So we need 14,000 and we should be at 11 up, I think 12 once this actually refreshes. Boop. 11.8. I've been off all night. What the hell? So yeah, we got what? 2 more missions? Maybe? Should get us to 14. And then we're just 2 swatches away from having them all. And then we'll just strictly be doing it while we chase down different items in here and personal rewards. And maybe, you know what, that'll kind of free us up to caring about this a lot more. As you can see, I got 0 voting power. But, you know, these guys have been logging in early in the morning on Tuesday, like tomorrow morning, and getting all the stuff done by the time I show up. It's the sorrow of having to work. But anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had fun. We will be back on Wednesday with more fun and excitement and wonderful things to do. I'm hoping. Anyway. Probably going to be a lot of the same stuff. We'll go out in the deep desert, see what it looks like out there. I'm not sure if we're going to build and gather spice, or if we're just going to make the quick runs out there for caves and whatever testing stations we can find. we'll continue working with the sword. It seems like it's okay, so I may actually drop the sword and work with like burning blades. Right, if salvage is gonna win. It's gonna be interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be a PvP interest. We might get involved. We might. I don't know what to think about it. Like, subscribe, share. Those things all help the channel out. Thank you to our members. John is gone right now, but I remember to say that to him later. And Wired, of course, and he gifted out some memberships. So if those people become regular members, we'll shout their names out too. But yeah, those things all help the channel grow. And that's going to be it for us tonight. So thanks for watching. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.